The movie starts with a character named Lee Jiakyo, a respected national poet who is in his 70s. He lives alone in an isolated house. He is a lonely old man, so he reads books to help him with his loneliness. Basically, he buries himself in books. On the other side, his assistant, Seo Jae-woo, has recently published his first novel, described as a genre novel with psychological insight. On one casual day, Lee Jiakyo and Seo Jae-woo were returning from Jae-woo's book press meet. They find a stranger asleep on Jiakyo's porch. A 17-year-old high school girl named Yoon Jae-woo is looking for a part-time job, while Jae-woo is interrogating her, and Jiakyo is mesmerized by her beauty. I know what you guys are thinking, it's not another pedophile story, so don't judge a book by its cover, and watch it all the way through. Coming back to the story later that day, while Jiakyo and Jae-woo are celebrating the success of Jae-woo's first novel with a small party in Jiakyo's house, Jae-woo reveals that he is not going to be around for some time, so he has arranged for someone to look after him, and that person is Yoon Jae-woo. The next day, Yoon Jae-woo comes to work at Jiakyo's house, and they didn't seem to get along with each other. But as the days passed, they slowly got closer day by day, and the relationship between Yoon Jae-woo and Jiakyo started to grow. Jiakyo starts to develop feelings for her. The 17-year-old girl who helps him rediscover himself makes him feel alive for the first time in a long time. He feels love and lust, the senses that have been lost for so many years. At the same time, the girl tries to impress Jiakyo by trimming her skirt so short. Yoon Jae-woo began to develop feelings for him. On the other hand, Jae-woo, who is now a best-selling author, is enjoying his fan meetups and newfound celebrity. On one rainy night, while Jiakyo was sleeping, he heard someone knocking on the door and found Yoon Jae-woo standing completely drenched in the rain. Jiakyo lets her in. While she was cleaning up the mess, Jiakyo noticed something on her cheek. It was a bruise caused by her abusive mother. So Yoon Jae-woo decides to spend the night at Jiakyo's house. Jiakyo gives her his shirt and dries her school uniform. Jiakyo shows her an extra bed, and he goes back to sleep. In the morning, Jiakyo feels that something is wrapped around his waist, and later he finds out that it was Yoon Jae-woo. While he is thinking about how she got there, he notices a tattoo on her chest. Jiakyo hears Jae-woo's car approaching, and immediately he gets up and runs away from his bedroom to his study room. To avoid any misunderstanding, Jae-woo comes into the house. Jae-woo sees a girl's school uniform hung in the closet, and suddenly, Yoon Jae-woo comes out of Jiakyo's room. Jae-woo was shocked when he saw Yoon Jae-woo in his bedroom. Jae-woo asks her about her clothes, and his confusion is now at its peak. Yoon Jae-woo prepares breakfast for the two, and Jae-woo tells her that Jiakyo doesn't eat bread. But she does not listen to him. She gives the food to Jiakyo and asks him to eat it. Jiakyo happily eats it. While they were getting ready to go out, Jiakyo asked Yoon-yo about her tattoo on her chest, and she told him it was just henna. Jae-woo follows Yoon Jae-woo outside and asks her to stop coming to the house. Yoon Jae-woo tells him that Jiakyo gave her the gate keys. Yoon Jae-woo sits on a rock and looks at herself in a mirror. Jae-woo pushes Yoon Jae-woo, and she drops her mirror. Yoon Jae-woo started crying and saying that it was her first gift from her mother for her birthday. Jiakyo observes the chaos and descends the cliff, picking up the mirror, which he returns to her, making her embrace him tightly while Jae-woo is watching. Later that afternoon, Yoon Jae-woo runs to Jiakyo's home to tell him that she'll give him henna. Though he tries to refuse at first, he gives in to Yoon Jae-woo's persuasions, and the two head inside his house. Jiakyo nervously lies on Yoon-go's lap as she starts putting the henna on him. When she tells him to close his eyes, Jiakyo soon starts zoning out and imagining himself with Yoon Jae-woo. In his imagination, he is moving closer to her, gently hugs her from behind her back, but she runs away. Standing up, Jiakyo stares at his reflection from the window and is stunned to see a younger version of himself. He can't believe himself, and then he runs after Yoon Jae-woo, smiling while chasing after her. The two then head back to the house slowly. They are getting into an intimate moment, smiling the whole time. Unfortunately, his dream comes to an end when Yoon Jae-woo wakes him up excitedly to show him his new tattoo. Later, Lee is in his study room, passionately writing a poem about Yoon Jae-woo, as he imagines the two of them together. Jae-woo tried to write a poem at home, but he ended up deleting it. He then calls Yoon Jae-woo, asking her to buy him some medicine. But when she arrives, Jae-woo starts screaming at her, demanding to know what she's doing to Jiakyo, and telling her that he is a noble person. Confused and angry, Yoon Jae-woo asks him what she did wrong, before cursing him and snapping at him to screw off. Insulted, Jae-woo grabs Yoon Jae-woo, pulling at her blouse, and blames her mirror for the way Jiakyo had risked himself just to get her to stop crying. When he demands to know what's so special about it, Yoon Jae-woo stresses that it was a gift from her mother, and Jae-woo rudely asks if she thinks it's filled with her love. Though he's still furious, he notices blood coming from Yoon Jae-woo's chest. This calms him down, and he goes to get some napkins for her. Yoon Jae-woo mentions that she forgot that Jae-woo was an engineering major who took 10 years to realize that not all stars are the same. Jae-woo was surprised by her, and he recalls the day he met Jiakyo in his class during his discussion about stars. She also claims that he told her about the time Jiakyo went to prison and learned how to fix cars. Then Yoon Jae-woo borrows a book from him, a book called The Heart, written by Jae-woo. The next day, while Yoon Jae-woo is cleaning the study room, Jae-woo walks in and notices her cleaning. Jae-woo then asks her if she read the book. Yoon Jae-woo says that she hasn't because she's busy with her exam, so she couldn't read it. When Yoon Jae-woo starts moving Jiakyo's table, Jae-woo quickly stops her, but she insists on moving it, and mentions that Jiakyo has been writing. Jaiwoo stops her and tells her that it has been there for a long time, but Yoonyo tries to move it, and as a result, they both push each other off, knocking the table over. Yoonyo escapes from him and rushes to tell this to Jiakyo. In the room, Jaiwoo finds Jiakyo's poem for Yoonjayo. When Yoonjayo and Jiakyo arrive in the room, Jiakyo tells Yoonjayo to let the table be there and express his feelings about it. Yoonjayo was disappointed. Jaiwoo then gives Jiakyo his schedule, mentioning that he is going to a restaurant to meet with the literary museum officials on Monday. Yoonjayo asks Jiakyo if she can come with him. Jaiwoo does not want her to accompany him. He objects, but Jiakyo allows her to accompany him. Yoonjayo declares that she read The Heart. They talk about Jaiwoo's book for a while. On Monday, Jiakyo finished the dinner with the literary museum official. Jiakyo gets up to leave. Officials ask him, "Why are you hurrying?" Jiakyo answers by showing the henna. Yoonjayo drew on him and then left the place. At the bus stop, Jiakyo picks up Yoonjayo, and they then drive off to a restaurant to eat. The two joke around and enjoy their time together. Meanwhile, Jaiwoo was in his study room reading the poem Jiakyo wrote for Yoonjayo. After reading it, he leans back and sighs heavily as he closes his eyes. Then he returns the poem to Jiakyo's table, gently closing it before he opens it again. Jaiwoo angrily stares at Yoonjayo's name again. He takes it and slams it shut. Later that night, Jiakyo was working on his car when Mr. Park suddenly arrived. He tells him about naming the museum and displaying Jiakyo's manuscript there. Jiakyo agrees to this before he and Mr. Park talk about Jaiwoo's success as a writer. Mr. Park then tells him about Jaiwoo's latest short story. When Jiakyo asks what the title is, he tells him that it's Yoonjayo. Jiakyo was shocked after hearing this, and immediately he rushed to his study room and looked for his poem about Yoonjayo. When he finds it on his table, Jiakyo drives to a bookstore, where he finds Jaiwoo's short story. He holds the book as he stares at it in shock. Next day, Jaiwoo meets Jiakyo in his house. Inside, Jaiwoo makes a cup of tea for Lee, but he refuses it, saying that Jaiwoo might have poisoned it, and he leaves the place. Jaiwoo then notices his short story book on Jiakyo's table. Jiakyo then confronts Jaiwoo about what he did. Jaiwoo tries to reason that he couldn't just let Jiakyo's poem waste away at his table. He had to let the world know about it. Jiakyo then gets angry and calls Jaiwoo a thief, but Jaiwoo retorts that Jiakyo was the one who made him the way he is. When Jiakyo secretly agrees to ghostwrite The Heart for him, then you'll be sorry when it becomes a bestseller. In retaliation, Jiakyo claims that he considered it Jaiwoo's salary. "You may have no talent, but you kept me company, so I wrote it for you as a gift," Jiakyo said. Now, Jaiwoo is going on a tirade about how he doesn't know who he is anymore, if it's himself or Jiakyo's mask. Jiakyo tries to stop him, but Jaiwoo remains deep in his emotions. Then Jaiwoo tells Jiakyo that he can't publish it, because his relationship with Yoonjayo would be scandalous. Finally, Jiakyo bursts out in anger, grabbing Jaiwoo and berating him over how worthless he is, calling him a thief. Jiakyo then hits him in the head with his slippers, threatening him continuously and cursing at him. Yoonjayo runs away after seeing that. Jiakyo was broken inside. Later that night, Yoonjayo returns to Jiakyo's house. She tries to enter through the front door, but it's locked. Jiakyo won't let her in. She begs for him to open, but he doesn't. She then finds Jaiwoo's book on the table and leaves with it. The next day, Yoonjayo met Jaiwoo at his house. Jaiwoo asks Yoonjayo if she has read it, but she only scolds him for stealing the story. Jaiwoo apologizes for that, and Yoonjayo asks how he found out about Jiakyo's henna. He tells her that he told him about it. Yoonyo isn't satisfied, scolding him again for now keeping secrets with Jiakyo. Jaiwoo then tells her that Lee is a father figure to him, and that he trusts him with everything. After this, the two go to Seo's car and continue to talk. Suddenly, Jaiwoo starts kissing her, but when she asks him why he's doing this, he stops, and Jaiwoo then admits that he is lonely and pulls away, leaning back in his seat. Disgusted, Yoonjayo looks at him before leaving the car to head home. After that, Jaiwoo meets Mr. Park at the restaurant, and they are waiting for the announcement of the annual literary award winner. Mr. Park's phone started ringing while they were talking, and he answered it with joy, telling Jaiwoo that he had won the award for his story on Yoonjayo. Jaiwoo doesn't believe it first, and he eventually smiles, still in disbelief. The next day, Jaiwoo is waiting for the award ceremony to begin, and Mr. Park informs him that Jiakyo is here to attend the ceremony. After Jaiwoo receives the award, they call Jiakyo to the stage for a speech about Jaiwoo's award. In his congratulatory speech, he says that just as your youth is not a prize for your efforts, my old age is not a punishment for my faults. He then proceeds to describe the short story Yoonjayo, while reminiscing about Yoonjayo. Later, while Jiakyo is cutting some seaweed strips, Yoonjayo suddenly arrives and wishes him a happy birthday. She even bought him a cake and a present. Though Jiakyo is just staring at her sadly through the window, Yoonjayo tells him that his windows are dirty. She then notices that Jiakyo is unhappy to see her, but he tells her that he is glad she came. After he opens the door for her, she happily walks in. Later, while Jiakyo is outside cooking and Yoonjayo is preparing his cake, Yoonjayo notices Jaiwoo. Jaiwoo comes and greets Jiakyo and gives him a gift. Before he leaves, Jiakyo asks him to join them for dinner. Inside, two sit awkwardly together, while Yoonjayo prepares the food. When she arrives, she then asks Jiakyo about the history of wine, and Jiakyo answers her. Jaiwoo asks why she doesn't doesn't ask him any questions, but Yoon Jae-oh laughs it off, telling him that he doesn't have good answers, and that he's too loose like all engineering majors are. Then Jae-woo gets drunk and starts bragging about his success, saying that he is no longer a follower but a respected writer. Ji-hyo leaves the room. Yoon Jae-oh follows him. Before leaving, Ji-hyo hugs her. Then Yoon Jae-oh kisses him on the forehead, and he goes to sleep. However, Yoon Jae-oh walks back inside and sneaks into Ji-hyo's study room. In the middle of the night, Ji-hyo gets up and goes down to the basement, seeing Yoon Jae-oh's shoes. Then he goes to his study room, where he finds Yoon Jae-oh and Jae-woo laughing with each other. He then moves outside to spy on them from a window and catches a glimpse of them kissing. And then he finds another window where he can clearly see what is happening. He grabs a ladder and puts it under the window, and after climbing up, Ji-hyo is in disbelief when he sees Yoon Jae-oh and Jae-woo hooking up. With this shock, Ji-hyo climbs down from the ladder, leaving the two to finish with their business. Lee then sits in his car, saddened by what he has just witnessed. He waits for Yoon Jae-oh to leave, and then he slashes Jae-woo's tire and works in his car. The next day, Jae-woo rushes to his car and finds that one of his tires is flat. He then borrows Ji-hyo's truck, making Lee jump from the bed when he hears the engine start. On the road, Jae-woo is driving, and then he suddenly loses control of the steering wheel, making the truck crash. After that, he heads to the mechanic to have it fixed. In the repair shop, the mechanic tells him that the steering has been intentionally loosened, and Jae-woo thinks that whoever did it had intent to kill him. With a look of realization on his face, he drives angrily back to Ji-hyo's house, while Ji-hyo burns his writings. As Jae-woo drives angrily back to Ji-hyo's house, angry that Ji-hyo was attempting to kill him, he gets into another accident. This time he falls off a cliff. Ji-hyo calls Yoon Jae-oh, telling her that he killed Jae-woo. When she is coming from the school, she watches the police take out Jae-woo's car, which is all smashed. After some time, Yoon Jae-oh goes to the library and picks up Jae-woo's book. She reads it again and realizes something later. Yoon Jae-oh goes to see Ji-hyo. She finds him asleep. Not moving, his place was smelling like liquor. Yoon Jae-oh starts talking to him, stammering at first. She lies down next to him, telling him that some things can never be felt, no matter how hard you try, and that a third person can never describe how they felt at that moment. Just as an engineer who thinks all stars are the same can never write something as beautiful as Yoon Jae-oh. She cries and leaves a bouquet for him, thanking him for making her so beautiful in the story, and she leaves. After Yoon Jae-oh closes the door, Ji-hyo's eyes are filled with tears as he bids Yoon Jae-oh goodbye for the final time.